All the compartments are full.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, is this yours?
Clearly. It's nearly evening, you know. I seriously doubt you have nowhere to sit.
It's more likely than you know. The Hufflepuff compartments pack up fast. But who's to say we can't mix houses every once in a while?
Sod off. I already had enough of you back at the Leaky Cauldron.
Sorry, did I do something?
Did I do so? Yeah, you dragged me into a conversation with Erickson Clyde.
He's not so bad.
That's easy for you to say.
Well, I didn't drag you into the conversation per se. It was more so of Erickson dragging himself into the conversation.
You're guilty by association.
How is that fair? Look, I'm nice to everyone. I can't help it. Maybe you can learn a thing or two.
I'm not a Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff isn't a house, it's an attitude.
Wow, good one. You should put that on a t-shirt.
I'm serious.
I'm sure you are, but I doubt that will stop him from bringing up my dad.
Sorry. I should have stopped him from egging you on.
Right, well, you didn't, and it doesn't really matter anyways. So, are you getting out, or do I have to drag you?
If you want to drag my luggage out too, then sure.
And this is why I hate Hufflepuffs. Houses don't mix.
Wow. Hate is a strong word.
I'm sleeping for the rest of the ride.
Your mom and my dad made it work. He was a Hufflepuff and she was a Slytherin.
Sorry, did you forget the part where I told you I was going to sleep?
And they still talk today. Probably even left the train station together.
Stop talking.
I'm telling you, no one has a chance against us this year. We have the fastest chasers and the best defense.
And by best defense, you mean me and Ollie, right?
Without a doubt.
Of course, I mean you lot. Especially since Ivan twisted his arm last year. Even if he healed, he won't fare well with that injury.
So, you think we're going to win the cup this year?
Obviously. Just like we won the last 4 years. Slytherin can act as tough as they want. But we all know who the true winner is. Have you seen Ridware lately? Me and Ambrosine ran into him earlier. He's had a huge growth sprout over the summer. Tell them, Ambrosine.
Yeah, he sure has gotten taller.
He's gonna be slower on the broom this year, with all that new weight. Which means I have a higher chance of catching the snitch than him. Seekers need to be short and have a limber physique. Everyone knows that. Whoa, where are you going?
I don't know, the loo? Anything sounds better than your analysis of Ridware's BMI. Sorry, Quidditch isn't my thing. Unless I'm cheering you on from the sidelines, of course. Anyways, I do have to use the loo. I'll be right back.
Quidditch isn't for everyone, Erickson. I can only imagine how much Ambrosine can take before she's completely bored out of her mind.
Erickson Clyde is that boring, huh?
I don't know what you mean.
Please. I know that look from anywhere. I too have felt the physical pain of having to sit through his boasting.
Aren't you on the Quidditch team?
Yep. But that doesn't mean I have sawdust for a brain. A short attention span, maybe. But I'm not a brute.
I wasn't trying to assume.
I know. Just trying to make conversation. Sometimes complaining is the best way to do that. But maybe doing that with his girlfriend isn't the best choice.
I'm not his girlfriend.
My bad. I would say that I wasn't assuming. But I'd be lying.
We're just friends.
Noted.
Anyways, why aren't you in a compartment?
I just came back from changing into my uniform. I'm not sitting with anyone.
You aren't.
I repel people. It runs in the family. Not you, though, so maybe I'm not so bad. Want to find a compartment together?
Hey, I was just gonna use the loo. You were only in the way.
You wound me.
There's always a few empty compartments near the back, right?
Are you deciding to be nice then? This one has the most space. I bet they'll let us squeeze in. Eddie Wick is nice enough.
But not Alistair Ridware.
Oh, right. You don't like him?
Who does?
True, he isn't the funniest to be around. Have you seen him bicker with Professor Maximus? I think that earns him a bit of points. You would think someone who teaches care of magical creatures would be pleasing. But that guy is a massive prick.
Points or not, his dad is a mass murderer. You know? He's the man who killed a bunch of ministry workers for no reason at all. The Daily Prophet calls him the Reaper.
I know who the Reaper is. I wasn't born yesterday.
Well, that's a relief.
But that's just his dad. It's not him.
A Ridware is still a Ridware.
I don't think he bites. Come on.
I'd rather not.
Fine. Suit yourself.
Luca Jones? How are you doing? I think Erickson and his friends are at the front of the train. I can direct you if you'd like.
That won't be a problem. We came here to escape them.
Only if you're alright with it.
The more the merrier. It was getting a little boring in here if you couldn't tell. Hey, you were at the Leaky Cauldron with Erickson, right?
Right.
Fun times.
For sure. Everyone loves to listen to an Erickson and an Alistair spiel.
Alistair and Erickson spiel? What are you on about? Why wasn't I there? That sounds fun.
It's a long story, and it really wasn't.
Why do you think they have it out for each other?
Classic Slytherin and Gryffindor rivalry, probably. What else? To be honest, it's a pain in the arse to deal with. Like, will this even matter when we graduate?
Probably not.
My point exactly. I shared a womb with a Slytherin. It's not like it's that hard.
Sorry, what?
I have a twin sister. She was sorted into Slytherin.
Oh.
Yeah. Man, I'm hungry. When do you reckon the trolley will come back around?
I'm not sure. She might have already made her rounds.
Well, I'll be leaving then.
But we just got here.
I just got here, and now I feel the need to harass an old woman.
That sounds lovely when you put it that way.
I have a way with words. I'll be back with sweets.
Alistair, please help me.
Uncle Adrien? What's going on?
Be quiet, or he'll hear you.
You're supposed to be dead already. Go away, you're not real.
I'm a part of you, Alistair. Even if I'm locked up and the key is thrown away.
Leave me alone.
Not until you kill him.
He's already dead because you killed him.
That time I used a wand. A simple curse. You know it, don't you? Every time you close your eyes, you see the sickly green light. What are you waiting for? Kill him. Utter the curse. Without your wand.
Without my wand?
With the locket.
Alistair, is everything okay?
Harassing the old lady was successful. I've got a whole lot to share. So, you're telling me we've all been roped into Maximus's class? That's brutal.
Brutal? I don't find anything brutal about getting some fresh air.
And we're carrying the unicorns. I hear that's a fourth year lesson. I can't wait.
Sorry, but what's so special about a horse with a horn sticking out of its head?
It's magical. Duh.
Anything is magical to you.
Care of magical creatures isn't that bad, as long as you're on Professor Maximus's good side.
Which I'm not.
I prefer transfiguration.
Transfiguration? What's fascinating about turning an animal into a water goblet?
First of all, that's a lesson for first years. And second of all, do you even pay attention in that class, Al?
Nope.
I guess you're not as interested in being a registered animagus as I am.
Unregistered would be more exciting.
But that's against the law.
Exactly my point. Ah, damn it. I always get Headmistress Kira.
Pardon?
The chocolate frog cards. Ever since they added her to the collection, she's all I've been getting.
Well, she did become the youngest aura in Britain. I would say that's pretty impressive.
Okay, and now she's the headmistress of Hogwarts. That's a real step down.
An aura? Oh, what's that again?
I forget how much of a muggerborn you are.
Sorry, did I do something to offend you? Or is it my mere existence?
Possibly the latter.
If this is about you and Ericsson's stupid rivalry, then leave me out of it. But if this is just you being a pure-blood prick, then...
Can we go back to talking about chocolate frog cards? Because that would be splendid.
You're calling me a prick when you're dating one.
We aren't dating!
Could have fooled me. So you just follow him around like a puppy dog then? I'm surprised you're even here. He keeps you on a short leash.
Let's just chill, alright? There's no need to lash out at each other.
Sorry, who are you again? The Ericsson Clyde reject?
Ouch!
Look, I'm trying to make peace with you, but you're making it extremely difficult.
It's because I'm blonde, isn't it?
I don't make peace with muggerborns. Or any Gryffindors for that matter.
Hey now, you're in a compartment with 2 half-bloods as well. This isn't a Slytherin common room.
Oh? Well, thanks for reminding me. I'll be on my way.
This was a horrible idea.
Getting candy from the trolley?
No, me even thinking I could come in here. I should have stayed with Ericsson.
It's more my fault than yours. I pressured you into it.
Yeah? Well, now you know how much of an absolute git he is. They all are. So, Are you Ridware's friend, then?
Not necessarily. We grew up together, but he's changed ever since... Well, ever since he started at Hogwarts.
Ambrosine, where have you been? I thought you just went to the bathroom.
Sorry. I got sidetracked. See you all in class, maybe?
Yeah, sure. See you around.
We're in the same house. You wouldn't have to go through too much trouble.
Where the hell were you? I didn't see you once on the train.
Aw, were you longing for me, Ridware?
I was longing for your ass to save me from Ericsson's friends. I got stuck in a compartment with them.
That's brutal. They should really have separate areas of the train for each house, like they do for tables.
Gretel and I were in the prefect's compartment with Kaz.
What? Why?
It's a year away, but they're considering us as head boy and girl. You know, to replace Kaz and Casey once they graduate.
Oh, well that makes sense. At least for Gretel. She's captain of the Quidditch team. And you... What do you bring to the table again?
My good looks.
Sebastian will have to get his grades up. But he's gotten good words from me, so I'm not worrying about it too much.
I'm sure I won them over anyways. Getting good grades won't be a problem.
You're such a schmooze.
That I am.
Anyways, are you ready for the Quidditch season, Alistair?
As long as you don't get me up at the ass crack of dawn like last year, then yeah.
I'm not making any promises.
Should be simple enough for Alistair. All he's got to do is strain his eyes a bit.
Being a seeker is not simple.
It's true. Sometimes I just sit there and look pretty.
Ugh. You two give me a headache. Anyways, it's not simple, because winning falls into Alistair's hands. If he doesn't catch the snitch, the game won't end.
No pressure or anything. I think you're already stressing out, Gretel. There's no need. I'm confident this year we'll win the cup.
But what if you lose?
Listening to our conversation, Jones?
It's hard not to.
Obsessed, are we?
With Quidditch? No. I would rather breathe in Doxyside if I had to listen to your conversations for another 3 years.
That sounds like a love-hate relationship you need to work out.
No, just hate.
Well, we're not going to lose, because we have an amazing captain.
Ugh, could you spare some Doxyside?
I just don't understand why everyone fusses so much over Quidditch. It isn't even that interesting.
From seeing you invest your time in herbology, I could say the same.
Well, it's much more interesting than riding around on a stupid broom.
Alistair, did you hear what she just said?
Broom riding is stupid.
Horrendous backup you are.
Like I said, I'm just here to look pretty.
Isn't your brother on the Gryffindor team?
Yes.
It's bias. That's what it is. She has no house spirit because she's cheering on her brother.
No, I don't have any house spirit because I don't like any of you.
Just wait till next year when I'm head boy. You'll have to be nice to me.
If you become head boy. Anyways, shut up and drop it. I think Kierwin will be speaking soon, and the choir's about to sing.
Welcome. Welcome to another year at Hogwarts. I have a few things to say to you all, as well as giving a warm welcome to our first years that will be joining us this year. There are also 2 new teachers in our ranks this year, for 2 subjects in replacement of past professors. One of them being Professor Little, who has kindly consented to filling the post of Muggle Studies teacher. As for our second new appointment, Professor Edentil will be our new History of Magic teacher, while Professor Welkin enjoys retirement. She's visiting us from North America, where she taught at Ilvermorny for an astounding 18 years. Before I pass on the torch to our school choir, I'd also like to have a rundown of our school rules for our newcomers. First years should note that the Forbidden Forest on school grounds are forbidden. And to a few of our older students, I would like to remind you that there will be no magic used in the corridors between classes, especially not on other students. I expect everyone to follow these rules, regardless of status or age. Now, enough of my babbling. Enjoy your feast.
Hello, I'm Alina. I was just sorted into Slytherin.
Congrats! Were you expecting to be placed here?
Well, only the best kept placed here, so obviously...
Well, you heard right. Slytherin is the best of the four.
First year sit at the end of the table.
Oh, you're Alistair, aren't you? Isn't your dad locked up in Azkaban?
Alina, was it?
Yes.
Didn't your parents ever teach you manners?
Oh, tons, but I mostly tune them out.
I see. Still, didn't it occur to you that it's a sensitive subject?
It's fine, Gretel. I don't care.
See? He doesn't care. So, is the Buddy Baron around? I heard he's our house ghost and he's covered in blood.
He might be too scary for you.
I just turned 11. I think I can handle it.
Oh, alright. He usually hangs around the astronomy tower. He's not the nicest fellow, so be warned.
Why is he covered in blood?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Maybe I will. Who are you?
No one you would find important. I'm not from a pompous, pure-blood family like the rest.
What a shame. Is your hair naturally that color?
No. But is your voice this annoying naturally? It makes it more difficult to tune you out because it's so high-pitched and nasally.
Don't mind Raven. She doesn't like most people, especially kids. Congrats on getting Slytherin. It seems like you'll fit right in.
Thank you.
Seems like someone has some competition.
Shut it, Alistair.
Sebastian, have you been to Borgin and Burke's?
That's a store in Nocturne Alley.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. At least not yet. My mom shopped there before, though. She purchased these statues that incoherently scream if a muggle gets within a 20-mile radius of her property.
I went there today.
You what? Without me?
It wasn't on purpose. Well, not entirely. I was just stalling and had nothing to do, so I went.
And what was it like?
I didn't really get a chance to look around, but when I left, I ran into Damien.
The crazy groundskeeper.
Yeah, and he was acting strange. Actually, he kind of jumped me.
Fucking hell, seriously? You should report him to Carowinds.
I mean, it's not just that.
He what?
Never mind. It was just strange.
I take back what I said about going to Carowinds. I don't think you should tell anyone about this, Al.
Why?
If the facility knew you were in Nocturnally, or if anyone else in our year did, well, they already think the worst of you, don't they?
Because of my dad?
Yeah, but it's just my advice. You don't have to listen to it. Good night, Al.